Good morning, folks. Another Wellness Wednesday is upon us, and I thought this was a great opportunity to do another Let's Talk About It. I initially had thought I would discuss burnout because I think that's something that we do not do a great job of talking about generally, not just within fitness. And that's a topic that's a bit near and dear to my heart. It's kind of weird to say, I guess. Anyway, but I thought I would actually take on COVID for a little bit, particularly the weight aspect of it. Because I'm seeing those conversations start up again as we begin to reopen and as we begin to open up to the rest of the country and the rest of the world. Yeah, so let's start there. I know initially last year when things were opening up again, lots of things were floating around social media about weight gain and COVID, and I just think those conversations are really problematic, and for a number of reasons. First and foremost, a scale does not determine our worth, our ability. It's a number, and it's a number that changes at any point of the day. It's changed by any number of things, from how much water we have or have not consumed, if we've gone to the bathroom or not. Like, there are so many things that play into that number. But a better way to look at that and to assess our bodies, if you will, is by our ability. Case in point, I am the largest I have ever been in life, but I am also the most fit and the most capable I have ever been in my life. I do things now that even when I was much thinner, I wasn't capable of doing because I didn't have the muscular strength to do it. I think I'm mentally stronger and emotionally stronger as well, which partly is likely due to just getting older and but I think we are far too hard on ourselves, and the attempt, I guess, to fit into a mold that our society has deemed acceptable or healthy or good enough, worthy, whatever you want to, whatever word you want to use to describe that. But it's all bullshit, really. I mean, who gets to determine that for yourself? When we have so many other amazing qualities about us aside from a dress size or, I don't know, any number of things. I think that's the tagline for this, any number of things. But yeah, it's really concerning to see those messages popping up again because it's so ingrained into us, particularly as women. And that's generally who I'm seeing these messages come from and having these conversations with already. We've been taught that if we don't fit that mold, and sometimes even if we do, that we're just not good enough and we don't deserve the same things as people who do fit that mold. And it's really disheartening to see that for the last year and a half, we have been challenged in ways that most have never experienced before. It has challenged our physical health, our mental health, our emotional health. It has pulled us away from our loved ones and our support systems. We've lost loved ones and support systems. Like, so much has changed. And yet we are here and we are thriving at the best way that we are able to in any given moment. And maybe it's not our best. I think we have all had really shit days in the last year and a half, and I think it's okay to just acknowledge it and own it and just be proud of yourself for doing the best that you can each and every day, for just trying to get through those really hard days, which is not easy, especially if you are isolated if you're living on your own, if your whole routine and schedule has been changed up in an instant, those things are not easy to adapt to. And I think we're really missing the point of just how resilient we are and how incredible we are. And not just on like a personal level, but just like that our bodies and all that our bodies entail are able to adjust to these changes, and kind of rework our systems. And I think there's great strength and beauty in all of that, but it's always lost because we underscore everything with that scale number. So I think we need to do a better job of just being easier on ourselves and just accepting that we have more to offer than what we have been told is good enough. So I just would encourage you to, as we start to open up and as you start to think about seeing your loved ones if they're away, focusing on that aspect and not what you're going to wear or what you think people might judge you for, if you've lost weight or gained weight, or however it's happened over the last year and a half. And maybe weight hasn't impacted you at all, but just concentrate on the things that have enabled you to grow and those points of growth, and celebrate that, I think. I think that's more of the important conversation that needs to be had. And just go easy on ourselves and appreciate what we have, appreciate our privilege, particularly here in Canada, and especially in Nova Scotia, to have been fairly removed from what's going on elsewhere or has happened elsewhere. Our neighbors to the south in particular have had a rough go in the initial bit, and even still today. There's a vast amount of privilege that we are not acknowledging throughout this entire process. And I would just encourage you to reflect on all the good that has happened, and even the things that are not so great. And let's move forward with that instead of focusing on worrying about not fitting into our favorite pair of jeans.